1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Today this video is going to talk about telling time, and I'm not talking about what you'll see on a digital clock, even though the digital clock is very helpful in showing the numbers that are on the screen. I'm talking about what's called an analog clock. Now the analog clock can be seen just about anywhere. You can see it on clock towers like this one right here. This one's in London called Big Ben, but you'll see them outside. You may also see it on a wristwatch. Maybe your dad wears a watch or your mom. You'll even see it in the hallways at school or even in your classroom. The important thing to remember is clocks are just about everywhere. And since they're everywhere, you got to know how to tell time. And I know that can be a little scary, and sometimes telling time can be quite confusing. But don't worry, we'll make it easy. We'll start off with just the basics. Each clock has two hands. This hand, the long hand, is the minute hand. The shorter hand is called the hour hand. Using the two will help you indicate the time, but we'll just start with the hour hand to make things a little bit easier. There's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and back all the way to 12. Now, most clocks will have the numbers on them, making the hour easy to determine. The tough part can be the minute part. If you know how to count by fives, though, it'll make it a lot easier. As the clock only has the hour numbers listed on them, you have to really pay attention to where that minute hand lies. Like I said, if you can count by fives, it'll be quite simple to figure out. We'll start with the 12. 12 starts with 0, so we'll go down the line and count by fives. That means that 1 is 5, 2 is 10, 3 is 15, 4 is 20, 5 is 25, 6 is 30, 7 is 35, 8 is 40, 9 is 45, 10 is 50, 11 is 55, and then we start back over at 0 at the 12. Let's try to practice this, looking at the hour and minute hand in order to determine what this clock says the time is. Make sure you're taking a look at where that minute hand is and where that hour hand is. Because the hour hand is not past that 12, this means the hour is still at 11. Now let's take a look at the minute hand. It's pointed at the 4. That means the minutes are going to be 20, because when you start up at 12, it's 0, 5, 10, 15, and 20. That means the time would be 11:20. Let's take a look at another example without visuals. Make sure you're really paying attention to those hour hands and minute hands. Have you figured it out? If you're thinking 1:15, you would be correct. The hour hand is pointed a little bit past the 1, but it hasn't reached that 2, indicating that the hour would be at 1. And the minute hand is pointed at that 3, indicating that the minutes would be 15. Because when you start at 12, it goes 0, 5, 10, and 15. So the time indicated on this clock would be 1:15. See, you did it! It wasn't that hard, was it? So now when you see big old towers like this one here, you'll be able to say, I can tell the time on that tower, and I can tell the time on any clock.